mind blindness has difficulty reading a situation because their first impression apparatus is not being effectively used. They are temporarily unable to infer the thoughts and emotions of other people because they are not paying attention to context or nonverbal communication clues such as facial expressions. Mind blindness is the inability to mind read. It's a form of nonverbal communication in which you read someone's emotions and their feelings through facial expressions, which reveal their feelings about certain situations and things. Many may not realize that interpreting emotions in body language is actually a form of mind reading. Those who lack this skill are exceedingly literal and look to straightforward, precise words from the people they are socializing with. McGuire and McAlco come up with a list of characteristics for mind blindness: the inability to see minds of others, the inability to make sense of how human action is oriented, the inability to take another's point of view, a lack of imagination and empathy, and a condition that is often suffered by autistic people. Because of this, another word for mind blindness is temporary autism. However, because autism is still a confusing condition, those affected with autism find it offensive to say that one of their side effects is simply temporary. According to Dineshek, there are 3 major limitations to calling mind blindness temporary autism. First, it obscures the fact that both autistic and non-autistic individuals contribute to the social and communicative difficulties between them. Second, it carries strong negative connotations. And finally, it may contribute to overlooking the ways in which autistic behaviors can be meaningful and/or adaptive. Mind blindness is like temporary autism, but in no way is it the same thing, and to think that it is highly disrespectful. This metaphor also provides a stereotype that people with autism are heartless and do not care about others, nor believe emotions are really there. Believing this silly stereotype also makes us believe that it's someone else's duty to read our minds and emotions to figure out what is wrong. It takes 2 people to communicate, therefore it might require extra effort and literal connotations in conversation. Malcolm Gladwell uses examples of mind blindness and temporary autism in his book Blink when he talks about Peter, an autistic man who cannot interpret what it means when someone points to a picture in the movie he is watching. Gladwell says this is because interpreting a pointing gesture requires that you instantaneously inhabit the mind of the person doing the pointing. Another example he uses are when the policemen are mind blind and misinterpret Diallo's intentions, leading to an assumption that caused a deadly mistake. Mind blindness is more common than one may suspect. While it is more prominent with those with autism, it is still a real hindrance to numerous individuals. While mind blindness usually results in miscommunication and confusion, sometimes, such as Diallo's case, it can be a life or death decision. It is important to know about this concept so policemen or other people that are at high risk of being mind blind can be more aware and try to prevent it. In the case of autistic people, it is good to be aware of mind blindness so we can efficiently communicate with everyone. The best thing is to try to be more literal in social situations and not leave it up for people to read your mind.